Hi everybody, and welcome back to Thrift Witch. Today I have a little bit of a different haul for you. There's a lot of items here, so I may not go through each one in as much detail as I normally would. So just to give you some background, I received a tip from a friend, Selena, who I'll mention just by her first name, letting me know that there was an advertisement for it's basically an estate garage sale near me last weekend. And so thankfully I decided to go check it out, and she really put me on to a great lead. So I just want to shout out to her to say thank you. So this was a situation where a family's loved ones had been in this home since the 1960s. They were collectors, and they liked their antiques, they liked their auctions and yard sales, and so the family was actually closing out the house in order to get ready to sell. And they had taken, most of the things that they wanted to keep as mementos of their parents, and this was, a lot of stuff that was left that they really needed to get rid of. So immediately upon walking up, it was absolutely clear that this was going to be a great find, and so I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that we found. I think you can see it here, and if I don't point out a specific item, let me know in the comments if you want more information, and let's just get started. So in the garage, on the floor, was this hand-carved squirrel hanging. So this is, I think, definitely a piece of folk art that someone has made up. It has quite a bit of age, or it's been exposed to quite a bit of weather. You can tell that from the color of the wood, this gray. So if you wanted, you could do a bit of light sanding to bring up the wood's grain color again, and even if you wanted, you could varnish it, etc. I'm going to leave it in as found condition for the next person who wants it, and they can decide if they want to do something with it. A few pieces of Pyrex or kitchenware. I'm not 100% sure actually which pieces are Pyrex and which ones are another. I didn't take too close of a look on these because I actually have someone in my life who is collecting these, so these will actually have already found a home with that person. Also here you can see this pile of vintage light bulbs. So I picked these up because I think, one, they're just cool and they make a cool display. But two, all of these light bulbs actually work. I checked these when I got them home, and they all of them work, and they're all quite bright and interesting colors. This one here is quite nice. It is like a flame light bulb, and I thought it was really neat. And then another light bulb that was in the grouping was this very large light bulb. So I don't have any means to check this one, but honestly, if someone is looking to collect this, it would be for display, I would imagine. So in addition to finding the Pyrex or the kitchenware bowls and the light bulbs on the way into the sale, I also found there were a few flower frogs. Unfortunately, I scooped this one up quickly because of the color and the lovely pattern in the glass, and I didn't take a couple of the clear glass ones right away, and unfortunately someone else did come along and grab those. But I have to say, looking at the totality of what I purchased, I'm okay that somebody was able to get something that they liked as well. A little plastic donkey, a pair of really sweet miniature, a rooster and a hen. They are marked Japan, or he is, I think. Yeah, he's marked Japan. I did see when I picked these up that the rooster has a teeny tiny chip on that wing. You almost can't tell because the chip is actually sort of still in the shape of the wing, and I put these in the pile for purchase just because I thought they were awesome, even though he's got a chip. And yeah, that's the other thing. So how I went about this, the family, they were just lovely people, so I just asked if it would be okay if I made a pile, and then we could discuss what they wanted for the total of the items in the end. And they were very sweet and accommodating. In fact, one of the family actually watched over my pile while I was shopping, and other people were kind of coming and going to make sure nobody took the things out of the pile that I had picked. Here we have a little vintage I don't even know, like a lantern glass. I've picked up a couple of these before. This one's a really nice amethyst glass color. Another little piece of amethyst glass, this little footed bowl. Everything in here is in remarkable condition. I did try to take the time to look things over closely, but a lot of what they had was in really nice condition, so it wasn't difficult to make sure I was getting things that were good quality items. This glass bowl in a pink or a cranberry glass. A couple vintage Christmas things, only this one little vintage decoration with the little snowman. No dates or indication of when it was made, but from the look of it, I think it has a little bit of age. Not a whole bunch, but a little. This little barn candle, which again doesn't have any mark or maker on it, but just has that look that kind of says, I'm an older candle. And then just another little Christmas decoration. And I did pick up this little Christmas bell. She's actually made in Taiwan. It's Jasco ware. I thought she was cute, and so even though she's a bell, I picked her up. This really nice piece, a footed little pressed glass bowl. Really, like a, I don't know, a master salter maybe, but I'm really not sure. This little green drip glaze elephant. He's not marked, so I'm not quite sure who made him. A really nice soap box, vintage style soap box. I picked that up for its Art Nouveau decoration. Inside there's some wooden beads. They're not really anything special, so I'm not going to bother showing those. A couple pairs of vintage Christmas candles. A couple items that I did miss the fact that they were a bit damaged. This lovely cruet, and I probably might have taken it regardless of the damage. Lovely press or cut glass cruet. There's a tiny chip here on the lip, but again, the reason I didn't see it is it's almost impossible to detect or to see. This little refrigerator dish, unfortunately, I grabbed it kind of at the last minute. It's been through the dishwasher. It's got that definitely I've been subjected to things I shouldn't be look, and unfortunately the reason I wanted it was for the lid, and the lid is chipped. Either it was chipped when I picked it up and I didn't notice, or it might have gotten chipped in transit, because this was a lot of stuff to try to haul home. We literally had my car stuffed so full that I wasn't sure there was going to be room for my boyfriend to get home. This is a cast iron hook end off of a chain. And these are I think that's Mary Mushrooms, I'm not 100% sure. They're going to be going to my family member who collects. A couple of really cute numbered Rockingham or Bennington style glaze cups, both in really nice condition. This really lovely pedestal dish with the bird in lovely condition. Just a really nice decoration. Also on the floor here this is not super vintage, but it's a really nice, well, the reason partly we picked it up was because we could gather things in it during the garage sale. But this basket with the cats on the top is a lovely decorator piece. A small, like maybe 60s little stool. This wooden box that has some embroidery actually on the lid. It's nice and clean inside, and it is actually marked as being made in Poland, I believe. Yeah, Poland. Okay. A little Beswick Scotty, his ear is chipped, so unfortunate. There weren't a lot of there were lots and lots and lots of dishes. There weren't a great deal number of figurines or that sort of thing, which, you know, is fine, but I did pick him up because he was one of the few things I saw there that was kind of along that vein. Too bad about his little chipped ear. This is a little piece of coal port. Normally, anytime you see these, like when you're thrifting, they're in terrible condition. I think there might be one chip on one pansy here, but otherwise this is in really nice condition. This piece of, I think it's pressed glass. Again, I don't know my pressed glass patterns or anything like that. I picked it up because I liked the pattern, I liked the size, I thought it was interesting. Could be used in a display, you could use it to hold flowers, you could use it in your kitchen, you could just look at it. It's a nice piece of glass. Moving along, this nice platter, this piece of Canadian pottery, marked CP, Canadian pottery, Canada pottery. A couple pieces of gilded glass, blue glass. Unfortunately, the decoration is quite worn on them. However, I thought they're still quite lovely, so I put them in the pile. So when I was going through everything, you know, I hadn't established with the homeowners, or the family rather, how we were going to agree to payment. So I wasn't sure at the time if they were going to go through everything I'd selected and, you know, price each thing and give me a price for each thing, or whether they were gonna just look at the total of it and give me a price. So I did pick up some things that perhaps if they told me each individual price, I might not have necessarily kept. However, it did turn out that the family decided to actually ask me for a lump sum. I don't want to be disrespectful, and I don't want to reveal too much of this family's, you know, information. I will just say that she asked me to give her a price, and I said no. I'd rather you tell me what you'd like for everything, because I didn't want to offend her. I'll just say that her price was more than fair for all of these amazing items. And in addition to these items, I did get a Canadian-made 2-section barrister bookcase. I don't know, it's actually not in the house. I'm going to be using it in my new Thrift Witch booth, so it's actually in the car still. But a barrister bookcase is a bookcase that came in sections, and each section had a glass door front that you could lift up and slide in. And so you could choose, you would buy the base and then sections of the bookcase and a top. And so this bookcase is the base, 2 glass sections, and a topping. It's not oak, which is normally what you see, but it is hardwood. It is a Canadian made item. And so I might, in a future video when we get the new booth set up, I might point it out to you and the manufacturer's mark on it. It was in the garage of the home, and one of the family members pulled it out, and I asked them what they wanted for it, and so I was able to purchase that for $50. So that was more than a fair deal for a barrister bookcase, in excellent condition with the original glass. Here's another piece. It's also why there wasn't a lot of room in the car for this stuff or for the boyfriend. Another little nice piece of amethyst colored glass. All of these really nice storage bottles or canisters, they're small, so there's a spot on them for where a label would go. So there are 2 of the squares, 3 of the rounds, and a couple smaller ones with shaker tops. A couple nice pieces of, I guess what I would say is splatter or confetti glass. I don't really know the exact right term to use. This really nice basket. This lovely, almost I'd say a console bowl shape. Again, no marks or stickers on these pieces, but they're all in excellent condition. This piece here, which is really quite lovely. Another little piece of amberina at this purchase. A little pottery jug, again unmarked, in good condition. A fun little felt hat that I don't think was ever worn. Kind of an Alpsy, like an Alps sort of look and feel from Europe. So I did pick that up and just throw it on the pile. This lovely plate that's Limoges, again in reasonably good condition, 1 small chip. and it is Mark Limoges. Here, sorry for the lighting, it's hard because everything is a bit spread out. Here is a box that someone has written their name on, A. Nolan, and how this box opens is you actually have to turn a nail outward, and then you can lift the lid off. So it's, I think it's a shipping box for maybe a piece of equipment or, you know, something quite heavy originally. There are some original stickers on here that do say things like on this shipment, but a little hard to make out. But marked A. Nolan. Just a couple more items. This little luster plate marked Japan, Noritake. These are, I didn't know what these were. They're in the shape of candles. What they are is Ronson put out these butane-filled candles that you would essentially use butane in them and pump them, and then they would stay lit for hours and hours. I picked them up because they're definitely older, so I think they're from the 60s or early 70s, and they had this really nice glittery style to them, so those would definitely be something that would be nice for display at Christmas. However, I'm not sure I'd want to fill them up with butane and light them up. This red storage box, nice display piece. Again, picked it up originally really so I could put things in it. And finally, this lovely little, I guess I want to call it like a kitchen-y cruet set. So it has the little pot. The only thing it's missing is the spoon, the two shakers, and then the two little cruet or vinegar jugs. Sorry if I was a bit out of focus. I was looking over the camera instead of through it. So that's a lovely little set. So again, a bit of a different haul today. These items didn't come from a thrift store. They came from a really awesome opportunity at a garage sale. There was more stuff. There was so much stuff. I was tempted to go back the same day. If they have the sale again this weekend, I may go back and have another look. In particular, I really should have tried harder to find the lids for the kitchenware, the Pyrex or Fire King. So if they are there, I may go back. But yeah, I just wanted to share this amazing haul with you. Again, everything that you see here, I paid one price for. It was very reasonable. If the Barrister bookcase at $50 gives you any idea, these people were very much just looking to make sure that these items moved on, and they were happy that I was interested in so much of it. So yeah, so I don't think the family will ever see this video, but if they did, I wanted them to know that their items will find new homes, and that I really appreciate how helpful they were and willing to work with me. And yeah, so that concludes a bit of a different Thrift Witch haul video. Thanks everyone.